What's up, guys? I want to do a really quick video tonight here and work through this LeetCode problem from here. Now, I feel like when I try to teach and when I try to explain what I'm doing to other people, it definitely makes me better at coding. So as much as this video might help you guys out and hopefully you guys learn something too here, I know that I'm definitely learning as I make these videos here too. So that's kind of why I'm doing it here. Hopefully you guys learn something. Hopefully I'll learn something here too. And without further ado, let's get started. So we're going to be working with C# in this video here. I might make this video the same problem in different programming languages. But right now we're dealing with problem 1929, concatenation of array here. If you guys want to read through this on your own time, feel free. Basically, we're just kind of repeating an array over again here. So we have an array, and it's going to be the same thing, essentially repeated twice here. Right, one, and then two from there. So essentially, what I want to do, the first thing I'm looking at from here is just so I can set up some test cases and so I can start to play with the code a little bit here. Since we're returning an integer array here, I'm going to go ahead and return the nums array that we're taking in there. Now, if I run this from here, the code's going to run, but it's going to be a wrong answer from there, which is fine. That's all I want to do right now, just set up so that I can start to mess with some stuff here and that the program itself doesn't crash. Cool. So wrong answer, but it is working from here. Now, what I want to do here is it makes mention of being twice the length of the initial array here. So I'm going to go ahead and make a new array here. I'm going to say int array equal, we're going to call it result equals, we're going to say new int, and we're going to say nums.length times 2. Now, I might mess with this in a second from here after I'm figure this out here, and I might set this up that this is a separate integer, and then that integer gets plugged into there. I'm going to see if the performance is a little bit different or a little bit higher or lower with that here. But right now, it's just plugged right into the length of the array from there. All right. So this is looking good. What I want to do is real quick, I want to test to make sure this is all working properly from here. We're not running into any issues. Right line result.length. And of course, this is a little bit unnecessary from here, but I'm going to go ahead and run this just to see if it's working, just to see if I didn't mess anything up when I made this array from here. And just to make sure I kind of understand everything properly from here. So of course, again, it says wrong answer. We have, cool. So we have an array of length of 3 being taken in, and this new array is going to be length of 6. So that's looking pretty good for me. For the most part, cool. I think we can continue from here. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this. What I want to do now here is I want to cycle through. We have an array here, but it's an empty array here. And we want to take in this array and populate this new array twice. So I'm going to take care of the first half of the array first. So I'm going to say for int I equals 0. I is less than nums.length. And then we're going to say I plus plus. So it's going to cycle through that first array that we're taking as an argument. And then we're going to take each of those numbers and kind of populate them into the result array here. So I'm going to say result at position I is going to be equal to nums at position I there too. So this takes care of the first half of the array, but what about the second half of the array here? So right now, this is set up. The way we would read it is this, and then all these would be null from there because they're not being populated. Now what I want to do is I want to, basically I'm going to say result at position I, if I can type I, plus nums.length equals, if I can type nums at position I here. So that's looking good from there. So what we're saying here is, kind of think about this with me here. This we already know what it's going to do. This is the second half of the array. So it's going to have position I, which is going to be 0, plus nums.length, which is going to be 3. So now we're populating position 3 of this array, and we're making it equal to that first array of this position from there. I know I'm not explaining that the best there, but hopefully that's making some sense. So that's looking pretty good. The only thing we have to change now is this result from here. And I'm going to kind of paste that like that. Let's go ahead and run this. And of course, this is a relatively easy question from here. But sometimes, again, like when you explain your thought process here, maybe somebody really just couldn't quite understand it. Hopefully this is helping you guys out from here. Cool. So it's actually looking like we got the correct answer. Case 2, it's looking like it's correct too. Let's go ahead and submit this. And you can see I actually submitted this one time off camera, but that's okay here. Cool. So it looks like it accepted it. It looks like the runtime is 271 milliseconds. So I'm going to go off camera real quick here and type that in 271 milliseconds. And the memory was 45.7 megabytes. Now what I want to do is I'm going to go back to my code. And I'm going to see if I can change this up just a little bit here. So it's looking a pretty slow runtime. The memory is not too bad. We're below that 50% mark. What I want to do is I want to try making this a separate integer. Let's just say int x equals that. And then we'll plug x in here. And we'll see if we get a different result. Let's just submit it right away. So it looks like the speed actually went down ever so slightly, and even the memory went down a little bit there too. So it looks like this is a better solution for this problem from here. So if you guys enjoyed, if you guys learned something, be sure to give me a comment down below, subscribe, and give me a thumbs up. If you guys didn't learn something, if you think that this video was worthless, be sure to give me a thumbs down vote. But anyways, hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video, and I hope you guys have a great night.